Kia ora, folks. Welcome to the fucking Woo Woo podcast. My name's Tommy. I'm a therapist, musician, and father, and medicine person. And I do this podcast because, like a lot of you guys, I struggle with life. And some of the ways I've come up with conceptualizing reality and life and those struggles, people tell me they find helpful. I wanted to finish a kind of trilogy of stories, which is about these different aspects of self. I told a story, I think it was episode 2 or 3 maybe, about meeting this entity inside called the beast. And this was an aspect of self which was basically pure darkness, pure rage, pure fear, pure hatred, and how over the course of kind of 24 hours of just giving this aspect of myself love and acceptance, he was able to find peace. And he still had the same intensity, the ferocity of energy, but he was able to use that instead of in the service of hatred, in the service of anger, to actually be in the service of anything. Like, it was just boundless energy inside of me that I could tap into. And that was an incredible experience. And what happened was, after I had that experience, the next day, it was like, oh my gosh, like this whole month of insomnia and anxiety, and this experience I'd had with my ex-partner where I felt really rejected and abandoned. And again, I just want to say that's not her perspective. That's not what her intention was. I believe she was doing her best within her capacity, and genuinely believed that what her response was in my best interests, and was just being true to herself and being thoughtful about me. But in those moments, I couldn't see it from that perspective. I could only experience this rejection and abandonment. That all of that had all happened for a reason, to create a crucible through which I would basically be just fucking obliterated, and this aspect of myself could come out and show itself, who'd been hiding in the shadows all this time. I could do this amazing work with them, and now all that's done, I'll be able to sleep. Like, I was like, this whole thing, everything happened for a reason. Everything happened in perfect symmetry. Like, this was all part of the web of life. This is the way it's always happened. This is always the way it needed to happen. This is the only way it could happen. Now I'm going to be able to sleep. And I was so happy, and I felt so content. And I went to bed that night very confidently that I would be able to sleep now. And so the normal thing, the usual thing happened. I slept for 3 hours, and then I went to the bathroom and came back and thought, but this time I'm just going to get back to sleep and have a normal night's sleep, which is, for me, is like 6 or 7 hours. And but it didn't. I stayed awake all night. And the despair that crept in was profound, right? Because I'd worked out the whole, like, this whole thing's happening for a reason, and I know what the reason is, and it's like, no, that wasn't the reason. And then the doubt creeps in. That wasn't the reason. Well, maybe there is no fucking reason. Or maybe you're just going insane because you got a broken heart. Maybe you'll never sleep again. Maybe this is the new normal for you. Maybe you've got adrenal fatigue. Maybe you're about to get fucking chronic fatigue. Maybe the rest of your life is going to be you having these, and here's the thing. I think I've told you in previous episodes, I have mild insomnia, have for most of my life. I just normally lie there at total peace going, this is okay. Now, I'm not trying to brag about that. I'm just letting you know my relationship with not sleeping isn't that I find it terrifying or that it's horrible. It's like, okay, I'm not sleeping tonight. It's one of those nights, or it's a couple of nights like this in a row. And I'm okay with it. I just lie there enjoying the peace and comfort of my pillow and my blanket and my own company. Like, I'm genuinely cool with it. But not this night. And towards the end of 4 weeks of non-stop insomnia, towards the end of 3 weeks actually of non-stop insomnia, I'd had a couple of nights where I was really struggling with it. And this was the worst night, because now this idea in my head, which is this whole thing's happening for a reason and this is the reason, is now completely out the window. It's clearly not finished, and whatever this process is, and maybe it's not a process, and maybe there's no consciousness, and maybe this whole thing, and I'm delusional, and I've fucking taken too much plant medicine, and now I'm fucking crazy, and I've fucked my head, and this relationship breakup is going to destroy me, and I should have never ended the relationship, and I should have fought harder, and all this shit, it's all just fucking flooding in, this terror, this fucking fear, this doubt. And so I'm like, oh shit, does that red light mean that we're about to run out of battery? Fuck, I hope not. Anyway, we'll see. So the next day, I'm real anxious, right? Like I'm struggling to meet, like I'm having my sessions with my clients, with my therapy clients, and I'm present and I'm aware for them. Like I'm able to give them the energy they need, but then afterwards I'm falling apart. You know what I mean? And I had a cancellation, and it's like I need to go for a walk, like clear my head, restore my energy, and I'm going for a walk, and it's just like I'm just talking to spirit. And again, some people believe in spirit, some people don't. Some people believe in consciousness, some people don't. Subconscious, whatever. But I call it spirit. That's just the word I fucking use. And I'm talking to spirit, and I'm going, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. And I get around the corner where I'm off from the track and no one can see me and no one can hear me. And my energy is so low, I literally fall onto the ground. And I'm lying on my back in the grass, and I'm just crying. And I'm just saying, I can't do it anymore, spirit. I can't do it anymore. You've got to let me fucking sleep. You've just got to fucking let me sleep. Like, I can deal with this grief. I can deal with this shadow work, these primal wounds. I can do all of it if you just let me fucking sleep. I just can't fucking do it if you won't fucking let me sleep. I can't do it. And I'm just sobbing on the ground. And this voice comes in, and I don't know if it was the beast or if it was some other aspect of self, or, you know, because of the way I conceptualize reality, I don't even know if it was an aspect of self or if it was something external. But it comes in with this force of energy, and it goes, stand the fuck up. I can't. Says, you fucking can. Stand up, Tommy. And so I stand up. And he goes, we will let you fucking sleep when we're ready. I can't handle it anymore. Yes, you fucking can. You can fucking handle it. You are 10 times stronger than you think, 100 times stronger than you think. We will let you fucking sleep when we're good and ready. Don't fucking worry about it, Tommy. We got weeks and weeks and weeks of good nights fucking sleep in store for you. So do you think we're making a fucking mistake? You think we fucking forgot to let you fucking sleep? Hold on. Hold on, Tommy. Stay positive. He said, look, man. You can be sad. You can be tired. You can be anxious. You can be scared. But fucking stay positive. Stay positive. All of this is happening for a reason. Everything is going to be okay. I said, are you fucking with me? We are not fucking with you, Tommy. We're not doing this to you. We're doing this for you. We fucking love you. Everything is going to be okay. This is a fucking blessing that we are bestowing upon you. This is a gift. Stick with it. Whatever you're feeling, whether it's sad, whether it's scared, whether it's angry, whatever the fuck you're feeling, that's fine. Just accept the fucking feeling. Don't get negative. Don't give in to despair. Don't give in to the fucking darkness. We are here with you. And my whole body just flooded with grace, just discharged all this anxiety. And I was like, okay then. Fuck sleep. Fuck sleep then. Okay, if this is what it is, if this is what life is, fuck sleep. I don't give a fuck about sleep. And at the same time, I think it was that morning before, or maybe it happened after, I don't know. But this concept came into me, or had been building within me, where it was like, I spent all my life wanting to be happy. I spent all my life wanting to experience joy, wanting to experience excitement and peace and pleasure and all the good things. And like I said, you know, in the other episode, Ram Dass says you can either chase getting high, or you can choose to be free. And I've always loved that quote. And I've quoted that quote for the last couple of years. I think it's brilliant. But I really was getting it. Except I wouldn't use the word free. I would, for me, and I'm not saying I know better than Ram Dass. I'm just saying for me, because free just has connotations that, maybe free has connotations of like entitlement or kind of some masculine free love at the expense of true intimacy with women who are loyal to them. Like, something about freedom feels a little bit, I've never particularly resonated with that word. Freedom from the bondage of self, freedom from addictions, freedom from negative thought patterns. Of course, freedom is a beautiful thing. There's just something about it. So it's just not the word I would use. And words are all just pointers, right? Eckhart says that too. words are just pointers to the reality. They're not the actual reality. They're just our best attempt to try and describe something. So the thing that I would say I want is connected. I want to be connected. Connected to myself, connected to spirit, and connected to my children and the other loved ones. My other loved ones, the clients that I'm working with, my family members, friends who I'm supporting, or friends who I'm just hanging out with. And so I made this kaupapa, I made this decision that from now on, I don't give a fuck about being happy. I don't give a fuck about being peaceful. I don't give a fuck about joy and pleasure and excitement and getting high. My only priority is to be connected, to stay connected. So I wake up in the morning now, and I check in with the different aspects of myself and say, we're all here, we all love each other, everything's good, does anyone have anything to say, blah, blah, blah. And I say, okay, my intention for today is I'm going to stay connected. I'm going to stay connected to myself, I'm going to stay connected to spirit, I'm going to stay connected to my children, and I'm going to stay connected to my loved ones in my community. First and foremost, it's connected to myself. First and foremost, I will stay connected to myself. Now, every choice I make throughout the day will be in service of staying connected to myself, because connection isn't a feeling. Like sadness, happiness, all those things, they're feelings, right? They come and go. Connectedness is a state, and connectedness is an intention. It's an intention, and it's an action. It's a fucking verb. Everything I choose today will be in the service of being connected. That is my priority. That is what I will put first. And so I do that every morning for the last week or so. It's like my intention is not to choose activities that are likely to increase my joy or pleasure. My intention is I will choose things that increase my connectedness. That's my measuring stick now. And just in the last podcast I talked about having a really hard couple of days while I was kind of challenging myself to increase my distress tolerance. And I got stuck in this negative narrative, and I think I was still checking in with myself, but I was still thinking about this concept of connectedness, but if I'd really been true to myself, I would have known that going on these walks, getting increasingly self-righteous and negative, was not actually in the service of connection, and I would have cut that shit out a lot sooner. I'm not perfect. I'm so far from perfect, and I'm not even trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be honest, and I'm just trying to be kind. And this tool of prioritizing connection, because I can't control happiness and sadness and all those things, those different emotions, they pass through me, right? Like they come up, you know? I was saying to a friend the other day, they said, how are you? I said, I'm sad and a little bit lonesome. I said, compared to the month I've just had of being constantly anxious, having panic attacks, being depressed, being completely heartbroken with grief, being sad and a little bit lonesome, that's a fucking treat. It's a fucking treat from what I've just been through. I'll take a fucking cup of fucking sad and lonesome any day. And here's the thing, guys. I'm not trying to pretend that now that I've got this idea of I just want to be connected, that I don't have a preference. I've got a preference. My preference is to be happy. If I'm going to be something, I want to be fucking happy. Or perhaps deliriously in ecstasy would be even preferable. But here's the thing. Here's the honest truth. If I'm connected to myself, whatever emotion I'm experiencing is okay, because that's what is, you know? That's what is. And I'm okay with sadness. I'm okay with loneliness. I'm even okay with anxiety and fear, you know? Especially because there's kind of two parts to it. Stay connected. Don't get negative. Don't let the head get negative. If I start having negative thoughts, I hand those thoughts over and I distract myself with something positive. I'm going to talk about this idea of handing things over and distraction in another podcast, because that's one of my primary tools. And I want to talk about that at some great depth. It's something that I work with clients. And again, it's not something I made up, but I've just got my own little unique spin on it. I thought of something else I really wanted to share just now. I can't remember what the fuck it was. Oh yeah, here's another thing. You might have all the great tools in the world. You might have all the great, I don't give a fuck about happiness. I don't give a fuck about excitement. I just want to be connected. But here's the truth, right? As humans, we want what we want. Not what we think we should want. Not what we think is spiritual to want. Not what we think will look cool to other people if we say we want. We want what we actually want. And this is, I know this seems obvious. Of course we want what we want, Tommy. You're not fucking telling us anything new. But no, I really mean it, guys. Like, listen to this. You don't want what you like other people. You don't want what you think you should want. You don't want what you want other people to think you want. You want what you actually want. You want what you actually want. You can't trick yourself. Well, you can actually, but it's a trick. It's not the truth. We want what we want. I can say to myself, now I've just had a breakup. I love this woman so much. I love her so deeply. I don't want to get into another long-term relationship. I don't want that. I don't want that to happen for another few years. I want to heal this process and spend some time by myself. I don't want to just go straight into another relationship and have that experience again. I can say that. That's a healthy thought. That's a spiritual way of looking at things. That's a responsible, emotionally responsible attitude to have. I can say that. I can say that to all my friends. I can say that to myself. I can say that to spirit. But if inside my heart, what I desperately want is to have another beautiful relationship that was that fucking amazing, then that's what I want. And I'm just tricking myself and other people by saying I don't. Now, if you go a step back, it might be true that I want to have some time single. That might be true. I want to want that. But wanting to want something isn't the same as actually fucking wanting something. I'm not saying I do want to get into another relationship. But there's part of me that does. Because the relationship I'm just leaving was the single most beautiful experience of being loved by another person and loving another person I've ever had, apart from having children. So it's going to be pretty fucking hard for me not to want to have experiences like that. I don't think they're going to come my way in any great hurry. And I can genuinely say I'm grateful for that, because I want to not want that, even if in reality I truly want it. So I think it's good to be honest to ourselves about what we actually want. And I hope that wasn't too confusing just because I use the word want a lot. I think it's pretty simple. And I'm going to do a little freestyle to finish things up. You can read my palms right then, eh? For a second. Hey, yo, we want what we want when we want it. We want what we want when we want it. Till we got it, then we don't. We want what we want till we want it. We want what we want till we got it, then we don't, yo. I can come with the rhyme of the ages, spitting the wisdom like several great sages. I can tell you it happens in many stages. Look at the Bible, the Quran, many pages. I'ma get these rhymes till I get real righteous and blasphemous, and do my best to be blessed, but I'm still walking this horizontal pathway my best. Give it a chance. Make my advances in spiritual consciousness. Like I'm passing a test. What test? Is it coming from above? Is it coming from love? Is it coming from a judgment I put in the stuff when I get a tongue? And I can take wrong, and I can get a lot. Yo, because we want what we want till we want it till we got it. We want what we want when we want it till we got it. Yo, we want what we want till we want till we got it. We want what we want, what we want. Yeah, we want what we want and all that we got and everything inside. And praise be Allah. And tell my friends that I got these rhymes I write for God. And tell him in the nighttime I feel real hard when I can't sleep. I start to weep. Anxiety creeps until a panic attack forms in my consciousness. Now I'm obnoxious. Now I'm getting shitty to my kids and toxic masculinity flowing through me. My identity, the beast comes out. Protect me, don't protect me. Protect them, sin when I'm coming like them. When I'm telling my friends that I got them sin. Justify means the ends. Hold myself in, trying to find zen, trying to find enlightenment friends, but I can find them. I can only find. Because I want what I want when I want it. I want what I want when I want it till I got it. Yo, I want what I want. I want what I want when I want it till I got it. I want what I want when I want it till I got it. Muchas gracias. Please share this with your friends.